Vasaraha Asya Masasya Charamam Dinam, last day of this month. So it is the Trimshati Tamaha Dinanka. So June 30th, Thursday, Raghuvamsha Kavyam Mangalachanam Kriyate Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamo Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhotame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Dattryam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Unnamati Atha Shri Maheshwara Sutrani I Un R Ruk E Ong I Ouch Hayavarat Lanya Nyamanga Na Nam Javang Garadash Jabagadash Kapha Cha 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 Tav Kapaisha Sha Sarhal Iti Maheshwara Sutrani. So last class you're looking at this shloka, which is the Ek Navati Tamashloka, 91st shloka. Sadhayamyaham avignamastute devakaryam upapadayishyataha uchivaniti vachasta lakshmanam lakshmanagrajam rishistiro dadhe. Okay, so Padacheda was Sadhayami aham avignam astu te devakaryam upapadayishyataha uchivan iti vachaha Salakshmanam Lakshmanagrajam Rishihi Tirodadhe. We already looked at the meaning and looked at some Vyakhyanam. We have some grammar left for today. So the Vyakhyanam is kind of straightforward. Sadhayami iti, always this tells you which shloka the Vyakhyanam is going on. Sadhayami iti. And aham sadhayami, always put the subject, object, verb. The subject is aham sadhayami. Of course, aham was not required because this pratyaya mip which is coming over here is uttam purusha ekavachanam. Karta can only be asmad, which you already have been seeing in the daily examples that here in 1.4, Panini has some very simple rules which says, says asmadhyuttamaha. So when it is the Samadhikarane, Asmadhyupapade Samadhikarane. So only Asmad can connect with the Uttam Purusha Pratyaha. So it's Ekavachanam. So even without Aham, it was the same thing. Aham Sadhayami means Gachami. So special usage. Sadhayami really means I will make things. I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen. But idiomatic means I'll get going. I will get going. I think the document I put this one here, but it should be the you mentioned many times that this aya is the samudaya, this aya, which should alert you to maybe this, if you have a tingantam padam, inside that you have aya inside that. Of course, that aya is not any pratyaya, it's a combination of the ayadesha and the akara of shap. So also, as you mentioned many times, is that the shap pratyaya, kartari shap is the default. When you have sarvadhatuke kartari shap. Kartari shap. It's not that the bhadigana will take shap and others will take something else. Shap is for everything by default. So when you have all the derived dhatus, which are called sanadyanta dhatavaha, 3132, they will all only take shap, sarvadhatuke, kartari sarvadhatuke. So all the derived sadhita dhatavaha, they will only take the shap. So what happens is that, let's go to the document for a second. I think we did in the last class already. Let's see, sadhayami, okay, it was. So dhatu is sadha samsiddhav, the dhatu pataha. But what we have to do is add the pratyaya nich to that in hetumaticha. When someone makes something happen, to make something happen is so this is the causative form. So you add the pratyaya nich. There are these two rules where nich is added most of the time. They're not the only two rules, which is of course 3125, 26. 25 is swarte. Swarte Churadibhyo Nitya, and then Hetumaticha. Hetumaticha can, any dhatu can take that in the causative sense. And what is Hetu? All these sanyas are defined in the section of Karake. In 1.4, Panini defines what is karma, what is karta, what is karanam, and also what is hetuho. So when Panini says Swatantra karta, the one who can independently do an action, he doesn't have to have any karanam or any adhikaranam, anything that he can. So without him, there is no action. The karta is required to do an action. Swatantra karta. And tat prayojako hetushcha. The one who propels him, impels him, do an action, he has a sanya of hetu. He is also a karta. Hetushcha. He is also a karta. Hetushcha. So when that hetumati, when that kind of action is there, then in that case the nish pratyaya is used, can be used. So we have sadha plus nish. The prakriya is straightforward. Chutu halantyam anubandha lopaha becomes sadhi. Sadhi, then you add the pratyaya lat. Usual steps also vartama. First of all, sadhi gets dhatu sanya, sanadjanta dhatavaha, vartamane lat, anubandha lopaha, upadesha ajjanunasika it. And then after that, halantyam tiptajji, because it's vivaksha is pratham purushe. I mean, uttam purushe ekvachanam with the pratyaya mip, anubandha lopaha, and also kartari shap in the meanwhile. And then sarvadhatuka ardha dhatukayoho gunadeshaha, because the pratyaya shap is the sanya of sarvadhatukam, tingshit sarvadhatukam. It's also pit pratyaha, so we cannot apply sarvadhatukam apit, so that doesn't apply here. So this can do the gunadesha for the ikara, make it a ekara, echo yava yavaha, and sadaya mi, and then ato dirgho yain. I think all these steps should be familiar to you. The only thing that has not been done so far in the daily examples is this hetumaticha. After you do hetumaticha and get the sanya, this sutra will also be done in the daily examples, which is sanadhyanta dhatavaha. Everything else should be now straightforward. I mentioned every single class, I mentioned this to you, that please follow the daily examples coming to you. So that way, yes, okay. So that way, we can, you can understand and grasp these things faster. So most of these concepts over the next year or so, even already by now, many of them are already covered in that class. So sadhayam yaham, straightforward. With idiomatic expression means I will get going. I will make things happen. I'll make something happen. Means I'll get going. That's what it means. And then comes okay. So sadhayam yaham means gacchami. Then deva karyam is straightforward, no commentary. It is the devanam karyam, deva karyam shachitat purushaha, upapadayishyataha. Means commentary on that is sampadayishyataha. So you see upapada, he means sampadayishyataha. So here also we have this dhatu padgata, which also we did in the last class. We did that. So same kind of steps, which is here. Padagatau, this dhatu is almost always so upasargaha. You use upasargaha most of the time, like, as simpatti, vipatti, apatti, pratipatti, comes in Gita, many places. Naitatva upapadyate, comes in chapter 2 of Gita. Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam anarajishtam aspargyam akitikaramajjana. Klaibyam masmagamah partha naitatva upapadyate. Kshuddam hridaya darbalyam chakvotishta parantapa. So that comes in Gita. Let me show in Gita. It's in chapter 2 itself. It comes in the Gita. Let me see where I can put that. Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Chapter 2, beginning it comes. Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga. Klaibyam masmagamah partha naitat tvayapapadyate. So upapadyate. It's not appropriate for you. But upapadayishyataha means again, sampadayishyataha is what he said, is that for you who are about to accomplish the work of the gods, sampadayishyataha, because sampadayishyataha is, what is the reason for giving this commentary? This commentary is that the sampad plus nich has a less ambiguous meaning than this one. Upapadayishyataha. Upapadayishyataha may have other meanings. So when there are many meanings possible, generally the commentator will give you the one meaning which is appropriate in this instance. So sampadayishyata means who's going to accomplish. about to. So for you, this is Shashti Ekvachanam, for you who are about to accomplish the objective of the gods. Now, this, how do we derive this form? This Upa is Upasarga, it will not participate. Remember, Tinga, okay, it will not participate. This is Subantam Padam. Subantam can compound. Tingantam cannot compound. Remember that. Always remember that. So this sutram, which is the Kugatip Pradayaha, will form a compound here. Kugatip Pradayaha. Upasarga Kriya Yoge Gatischa. So Upasargas, when the Pradayaha are Kriya Yoge, they get the sanya of Upasarga and also get the sanya Gatischa. Of course, Gati is a bigger umbrella. It includes other items besides Pradayaha when they are Kriya Yoge. But this one is they get the Gati Sanya Kriya, so the Pradayaha, when they're Kriya Yoge, they get the Upasarga Sanya and the Gati Sanya. And the Gati Sanya allows them to compound by Sutram 2-18, Kugati Pradayaha, but it's only with the Subantam, not with Tingantam na Samasyate. Okay, so in the document we did that last time. We did Pada Gatau, and then of course the Upadesha Nasika It, Pad plus Nich, same thing as before, Hetu Maticha, 3126 becomes Padi, Anubandha Lopaha, Chutu Halankyam, and then Ata Upadhayaha, and Patya is Nyit, Chavarga Panchama is Nit, Athva Chavarga Panchama Varnaha, Idrupena Asti Chet, Tarhi, It Asti Chet, Tarhi, Ata Upadhayaha, Rasvasya Karasya Upadha Bhutasya, Vruddhiradesha Bhavati, Vruddhiradesha becomes Padi. Once you form Padi, now we saw this in Yashtadhyaya, Panini has these three adhikaras going in the chronological order, which is first Panini starts the Bhute adhikara from 3 to 84 Bhute. Then after that, with Vartamane Lat, he starts the Vartamana adhikara, Vartamane. And after that, for a few sutras with 333, it says Bhavishyati. The Bhavishyati adhikara comes this sutram which says Lut Sheshecha. So like you can say like a general future tense is Lut in all the remaining senses, Bhavishyati. Lut can be used, and then Lutas Sadva. Instead of taking the usual Tip Tajib in the Lasya adhikara, Lut can take the Sad Pratyadana Adesha. What is Sad? Sad is coming back here when Panini says when the Vartamane Kridanta Pratyaha, when Panini did over here, Latash Shatrishana Chava Pratama Samadhikarane, and then after that he says Tau Sata. Tau means the Shatrishanacha get the Sanya Sat. This is a Sanya Sutram which is in the third adhikara because of the fact Anuvritti of Shatrishanacha is coming down, Shatrishana Chau. So no need to repeat in the first chapter. Yasar Pani says Tau Sata, Shatrishana Chau, Satsanya Kau Staha, they get the Satsanya. And then after that, the Lut can also take this, what's called the future participle. By now over here, as I mentioned, I think last class, Anadyatane Lut. If the future tense, which is of the distant future, not recent, not immediate future, then Lut should be used. Because the question is that how do we get the meaning, the one who's about to accomplish, about to be done? It is so we can surmise from this one because Anadjatane Lut, for the distant future, Lut should have been used. So Lut Sheshecha, remaining sense, Lut is to be used. So Lut will refer to the more near future, not the distant future. And that Lut is taking the Saddadeshaha. So the Adhikara of Bhavishyati only runs for these 13 rules only, from 333 to 3315. Always keep an eye on the Ashtadhyayi. Someday you have to get a grasp on the Ashtadhyayi. There's Nanya Pantha Vidyate. This is Vyakarana Shastra. There's no other way. You have to someday get a grasp of the Ashtadhyayi. The more and more you keep on referring to Ashtadhyayi, you can slowly, get a feel, capture some sections, know some territory. It's like going in a new place. Drive your car around. You take, some trains here and there. So you start getting an idea of which streets. Like, this is like a huge city. Yashta is like a huge state with 8 parts to it. So only 13 sutras here for the Bhavishyati Adhikara, and that we're going to use 2 of them, Lut Sheshecha, and then Lutas Sadva. So what we have here is we have Dhatu Padi, which you got a sanya of Sanadhyanta Dhatavaha. Without that you cannot do anything because you cannot apply and use Pratyad in third adhyaya because the adhikara of dhatu is running down here. So then we use this sutram, which is lit she shecha, and then after that we get the, you got the sanya tau sata shatrishana chau, and then litastadva. We get the future participle here, and then anubandha lopaha upadesha ajjana nasika it lashakvatadjite attavashishyate tatpashyat syatasi lr lutoho syatasi lr lutoho. So when a lrit pratyaya has been used by sthanivat bhavaha, the shatru pratyaya is a lrit pratyaya. It came in the place of lit. So then this is an apavada for shap, shatasi lr lutoho. Normally sarvadhatuke kartari shap, but this one specifically says vishesha vidhanam. If the ru stands for lit and rung, both of them, and then or the lit is used, then respectively pratyal will be sya or tas, chatasi. Chatasi is prathama divachanam of sya tasi, chatasi lulatoho. Pratyal sya comes in here. Of course, iddagamaha, because iddagamaha cannot be stopped for the derived dhatus. As a general rule, in nishedha vidhayaka sutram, which is the ekacha upadeshanudatta, it says ekacha upadeshanudatta. This is anekash dhatu, so padi. There's no question of this. No, you cannot apply. There's no scope for 7 to 10. 7 to 10. So when it's, the good news is that once you have the derived dhatu, particularly nijanta dhatu, you don't have to think about idagama will come or will not come. It will always come. Of course, as long as the pratyaya following is qualified for that. Again, one more time, is the id agama comes to the pratyaya, not to the dhatu. Not to the dhatu, but the pratyaya. Pratyaya is dhatu only allows or disallows the id agama. Of course, as a default, every dhatu allows it, and then some dhatus don't, which is by this, mainly by sutram 7 to 10. The entire id agama section is in 7.2, so something to keep in mind. So then we got, of course, the Guna adesha is same, sarvadhatuka, ardhatukayoho, pratyasya has a sanya of ardhatukam because of ardhatukam sheshaha, and then echayava yavaha, pada yisyat. In the meanwhile, between this akara of this sya at the end of sya and the akara of shatru, there is the eka adesha, puraparayoho eka adesha is the pararupam eka adesha, which is by atogune. So pararupam eka adesha. And then finally, when we add the supratyaya to it, add the pratyanyas, so this is chashti ekavachanam, and then we get the anubandha lopaha, we get pada yasyataha, and then adesha pratyayayoho, which is get the murdhanya adesha padayishyataha. Padayishyataha is chashti ekavachanam. If you look at the shloka one more time, it says that this is the te istava, for you, te avignamastu. Let there be an absence of obstacles for you who are about to accomplish the work of the gods. Look at the padanvaya which is being done here. Deva karyam upadishyataha sampadishyataha te. Very beautifully done, as always. Malinatha is that he puts the adjective, pronoun, adjective and pronoun. If they were a noun, he put the noun after the pronoun. So adjective, pronoun, noun. Adjective, pronoun, noun. Remember that. Adjective is visheshanam, then sravanama shabdaha, nama shabdaha. That's the padanvaya technique. Padanvaya. This is an adjective to Shri. So Ramasya, tava Ram, Shri Ramasya avignam astu. So Ramasya has one adjective which is upapadishyataha, and this dhatu upadi has taken a karma, which is deva karyam. So karma comes before the will come before the dhatu, so it will come deva karyam. So this is how the whole sentence expands, because simple sentence was tava avignamastu, and then the tava took, there was an adjective before that, upapadishyataha. Then that dhatu upadi has taken a karma, deva karyam. So then they have to put before that. This is how the train expands, So deva karyam upadishyataha shashti ekvachanam iko sampadishyataha tava iko te tava vishwatkarabhadikam shashti ekvachanam avignam astu vigna bhavo astu. Here he is very kind to give us a sutram avyayam vibhakti ityadi Ityadi vartha bhave. This is something wrong. Ityadi, hold on. Ityadina, this should be nakara over here. Ityadina, artha bhave, avyaya bhava. This should be ityadina. I think I mentioned in the class that this book has a typo over here. So it should be ityadina. So ityadi sutrena, avyaktam vibhakti ityadi sutrena, artha bhave, avyaya bhava samasaha. Okay, let's look at that for a second now. We looked at this one is Vignanam abhavaha avignam. So Vigna am tasnei. Let's look at 216. What is 216? It's a very nice long sutram, 216. First of all, fundamental concept is that to form any samasaha, you have to find a sutram in 2.1 or 2.2 of the Ashtadhyay to authorize the compound, which is the Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram. There are only two short padas in the Ashtadhyay where Panini has all these rules, time of Samasta Padavidhi, all the way up to. So there are only about 70 odd rules in 2.1, and there are only about 38 rules in 2.2. So 110 roughly rules. If you can just simply master this section, you will be. See, a lot of people say compounds are confusing. Compounds are confusing. There are only 110 rules in Ashtadhyay for compounds. It is a very small section of the Ashtadhyay is for compounds. You can just keep this in front of your eyes at all times and keep on practicing. Of course, the hard part is that some of them may not fit nicely, like black and white, but at least if you can practice these, that's one of the probably the best ways to master compounds. In the Wednesday class, we are doing this right now, so if you want, you can also join or listen to recordings there. So here's the sutram. Avyayam vibhakti samipa samriddhi viruddhi arthabhava. Then atyaya asamprati shabda pradurbhava paschad yatha anupurvya yogapadya sadrishya sampatti sakalyanta vachaneshu. We see in these various meanings, an avyayam can be used to compound with samarthena subantena. Samartha padavidhi, Pani starts from here. A compounding can only be done with two terms which have a logical connection between them. Otherwise, even though the sutra might be satisfied, compounding cannot be done. Let's look at the vritti of that, which is, let's look at 216 vritti. This is the main sutram by which an avyabhava samasa can be done. Also, this is the nitya samasaha, because look at the vigraha vakyam, by the way. Look at the vigraha vakyam which Mullinatha has given, is that vigraha vakyam is vignanam abhavaha. Vignanam abhavaha. You cannot just use the which of course the nai, avyayam, and the vigna to make the vigraha vakyam. So this is a nitya samasaha, is vignanam abhavaha, vigna bhavo astute. So vigna bhavo is clearly vignanam abhava shashti tatpurushaha, but this avignam is a nitya samasaha. In Ashtadhyay, Panini starts the vibhasha, the mahavibhasha. Panini starts from here, from 2.1.11 vibhasha. So, but before that, we are right now in 2.16, so nitya samasaha. Nisopada vigraha vakyam na sambhavati. You cannot make a vigraha vakyam just from the components of the compound. You have to use some other words to express the meaning of the compound. So, an avyam can come. Okay, let's look at the vritti. Let's look at the vritti of this one. It says that supa iti vartate. So, it is sup can come from the sup. Vibhaktyadi shu artha is a typo here. Vibhaktyadishu arteshu. Vibhaktyadishu arteshu. Yad avyayam, it should be in that meaning, vartate. Tat samarthena subantena sah samasyate. Avyay bhavascha samaso bhavati. It says vachana grahanam pratyekam sambhadyate. Which means that at the end of this long sutram, you had vachanam. That was pratyekam sambhadyate means it connects with each one of these. So vibhakti vachane, samipa vachane, samriddhi vachane, and artha bhava vachane. In that meaning it can be. So vachanam is connecting with all of these. So anyway, just a brief description of the samasa for you. So when you do vigraha vakyam, when you do the alaukika vigraha vakyam, vigna plus am plus nai. Vignanam abhavaha. This nai is an avyayam. Nai is an avyayam which is used to form these negation compounds. Of course, the sutram in Panini's sutram has a sutram called nai. So these tatpurusha compounds can be formed using the nai avyayam, the avyayam nai. This one is over here, but that one is actually, sorry, it's not a the nai samasa is a specific samasa that Panini gives. Yes, that is a tatpurusha bhedaha. Tatpurusha compounds start from 2122 up to 2222. It's a special kind of tatpurusha samasa. Nai is a tatpurusha samasa, but right now we're not forming tatpurusha samasa. We're forming a avyabhava samasa, because remember tatpurusha samasa generally has the pradhanyam in the uttara padam. This is not a pradhanyam is not really there. The vignanam abhavaha. So that is because, see, that as these four classes of compounds, because dvandva is ubhayapada pradhana. There's pradhanyam in both the purapadam and the uttarapadam. Bahuvari is anyapada pradhana, which is that it is qualifying something outside the compound. That purusha uttara. This is also prayana for the most part, which means the second element is the important. The uttara padam has pradhanyam, and avyabhavaha is a purapada pradhanaha. So avignam, so that is the vignanam abhavaha. There is an absence of something. So what is the absence of? Obstacle. That's kind of secondary. The absence as pradhanyam here. So see abhavaha. So anyway, this is not a purusha compound. So this is vigna am plus nai 216. So avyam can be used to compound with in this meaning it can be used to compound samarthena subantena. So now because of the term avyam in the sutram 216 at the prathama vibhakti, prathama nidishtam samasa upasarjanam. So in the samasa vidhayaka sutram, that which is prathama vibhakti will be get sanya upasarjanam. Then upasarjanam purvam. This is almost every compound you will do this, which is the make the nishtaya for the nipataha, puru nipataha. Which one will get the puru nipataha, and the general steps are find out which is the prathama vibhakti in the samasa vidhayaka sutram, that will get sanya upasarjanam by this 21243, prathama nidishtam samasa upasarjanam, and upasarjanam purvam by 2230. In the present sutram we had avyayam is prathama nidishtam, that avyayam is nyai, that will go first in the compound. So we get nai vigna. Of course, in the meanwhile, this whole thing is a pradipadika sanya because of krit tadita samasascha supo dhatu pradipadikayoho. And then, of course, in the nai, what happens is that by halankyam, this takes tasya lopaha, and then no lopo nanyaha. This nakara of nai takes lopaha. And the obvious question is that if you're going to take lopa all the time, then why have the nakara? Because there are some instances where it will not take lopaha. Yes, the general sutram is no lopo nanyaha. This nai will take, nakara of nai will take lopaha. But then there are some cases when it becomes prakritya, doesn't take lopaha. Like a word like, nakha, napumsaka, nakshatra, nakra, naka. In all these places, it does not take lopaha. So, yes, as a general rule, but no lopo nanyaha, nakara of nai will take lopaha, and that's avigna. Then what happened was that we got avigna plus su. Normally we should have by sutram avyabhavascha come in two places. The sutram avyabhavascha. Avyabhavascha comes one place in when we get the avyaya sanya. Because that's the meaning of avyabhavaha. So because the anavyam bhavati, anavyayam bhavati, which is the avyam, anavyam becomes an avyayam. So that is what you create. Basically, avyabhava is creating an avyayam. That's what the name really implies. The creation of an avyayam. So this sutram avyabhavascha comes in 1141, gives the avyaya sanya. It also comes in 2.4, which makes it napumsakam. So, but anyway, by avyabhavascha we had the avyaya sanya by 1141. We should have had supluk by avyarap supaha. This one for 82, 2482 avyarap supaha. So that would have left the sup would have completely gone. But then 83 is an exception. It says, na avyabhavad ataha. Na avyabhavadato amta panchamyaha. If you have adanta avyabhava samasaha. Na avyabhavadato. And then what happens? No supluk, instead amta panchamyaha. If it's not a panchami vibhakti after that, you get the Is the adesha for the sup. No matter what sup it is, it gets the adesha. So what happens where we get avigna by 2, 4. I should actually put the sutram here. This is not, I should put this one. I should put 1, 141. Avya bhavashcha gets the avya sanya. And then should have had 2482, but 2483 is an exception. And then we get avignam by amipurvaha. Avignam amipurvaha. So vignanam abhavaha avignam. Avignam. Okay, so I think this is where we stopped last time. Now the next part, which I think this one also, this sa lakshmanam is a straightforward compound. Lakshmanena saha vartate sa lakshmanaha. Here also Malinas has given the sutram to us kindly, which is tena sahiti tulya yoge iti bahuvrihi. So bahuvri compound tena saha iti, tena saheti tulya yoge. When somebody participates with somebody else along with in the action, tulya yoge. Let's look at 228, 2228, what this sutram says, which is probably at this point I wasn't expecting Mulinatha to give us this sutram, but he has given it to us, so let us use that, and let's go to 2228. Says saha iti eta shabdarupam tulya yoge vartamanam. This term saha, which is tulya yoge vartamanam, tena iti tritiyantena saha samasyate. So which means trityantam padam will compound with this shabdarupam, with this word saha. If they are tulya yoge means they are participating in an action together. Yes, bahuvurisha samaso bhavati. Saha putrena agataha. So trityantam padam is putrena. This putra will compound with saha. So tena saha tulya yoge. This pratama nidishtam samaso upasarjanam, right? So this saha will get the upasarjana sanya upasarjanam purvam, and then we get saha putrena agataha saputraha. Now the question is that the compounding will be straightforward. You get putra plus ta. Saha is an avyayam, so there's nothing special there. And of course supluk as usual. And the saha get the purnipataha. Now so in our case, what do we have? We have Lakshmana, right? So Lakshmana, we didn't put this in document, but it's straightforward. Lakshmana plus ta, and then saha goes first. We get the supluk, because supo dhatu pradipika yoho. Final thing is, in fact, I think maybe I have it in document here. Maybe I have it here. I don't have it. Okay. Then the sahasya sabhavaha. In fact, I may have it. 1 second. I think I put it here. No. Okay. Now the final thing is the saha taking the sa adesha. That is going to be a topic of 6.3. So 6.3 is a section of Uttarapade. When Uttarapadam follows, what happens to the Purapadam? Clearly it has to be a compound. Uttarapadam has to be a compound. And there, the sutram there is the Vopasarjanasya. Thing, the Sahasya Saha, Panini starts the thing, and there under that it has Vopasarjanasya. Okay, let me find it. Vopasarjanasya. So Vopasarjanasya comes Vopasarjanasya. Okay, Vopasarjanasya. 6.3. Okay, 6382. So sahasya saha sanyayam vopasarjanasya. So 6382 says that if this upasarjana means that in the Bahuvari compound everything has upasarjana sanya. We said because prathama nidishtam samas upasarjanam, right? Anyway, in the sutram it is the saha is an amvayam. It says tena. So the saha is a sup compound with tena. So in the Bahuvari compound anyway, a Bahuvari compound every term generally has upasarjana sanya. So it says, let's look at 6382, and because that is how the saha becomes sa optionally. In Gita, we have this word saha yajna prajas srishtva purovacha prajapatihi. That saha has not become sa in the Gita chapter 3. Chapter 3, saha yajna prajas srishtva. But here, because va upasarjanasya. Upasarjana sarva vayavaha samasa upasarjanam. Okay. Now they are defining Upasajanam as upasajana sarvavayavaha. Sarvavayavaha means a compound in which every term has an upasajanam. So it's a bahuvri compound. Yasya sarve avayavaha upasajani bhutaha. So sarvopasajano bahuvri griyate. So Vyakhyanam says that this refers to a bahuvri compound. Tad avayavasya sa shabdasya va so iti ayam adesha bhavati saputraha saputraha. So vopasajanasya can be used to make this sahasya sabhavaha. Maybe I thought I put in a document here, but okay, I will put in a document now. I thought I had it here. No, I didn't have it. Okay. So this one is 6382. Sahasya sabhavaha 6382. So I put it here. Put it over here. So I've been typing this ahead of time to save us some time in the class, so we can go a little bit faster in the class. So salakshmana we have to use vopasajanasya to do sahasya sabhavaha. Okay, salakshmana. Now one more thing, just take a break here for a second, is that last time we were talking about this thing about we derived the two words we derived the word pitryam. So so pituhu agatam pitryam, we derived that. And we also derived the maturagatam, panchami ekavachanam, matrakam. Now, we chant these Maheshwara Sutra in every class, right? The Maheshwara Sutrani. They're also derived from that Sutram, the Tata Agataha. So, Maheshwarad Agatani Sutrani, Maheshwara Sutrani. So, Maheshwarad Agatani, Maheshwarani Sutrani. So this is something which is very familiar to us. We were in 4.3. If you look back here, last time we used two special rules over there. We used the 4.3.79, we used 78.79, but the general sutram is that prior to that, so 4.3, I think it will be 4.3 probably 75-ish, is 4.3.74, tata agataha. So that which has come from that, tata agataha. So Maheshwarad agatani is Maheshwarani. Just for interesting to mention in the class. So when you do the Vigraha Vakyam here, we get Maheshwarad agatani Maheshwarani Sutrani Maheshwara prasnyasi praspatya an tata. Because remember the default pratyaya is an all the way back from pragdivyato an. I think it's 4.183. Panini says the default pragdivyato an. And the word divyat comes in beginning of 4.4. Yes, beginning of 4.4. Tena divyatis. Up to this word divyat. So all the way from 4.183 up to 4.42, the default pratyaya is an. Pratyaya is an. So by prag divyat an. So when you say tata agataha, because pratyaya nirdesha na kritaha. Pratyaya nirdesha. No pratyaya has been given over there. So then we can default an will present itself over there. As as a general sutram. Of course, after that we have special rules over here, which we used last time. We put the pratyaya tai and yet, etc. But when you have generally the an is coming as default, so we can use Maheshwara prasnyasi plus an tata agataha pragdivyato an. Then of course do the supluk by supodhatu padritikayoho halantyam, and then taditeshu vachamadehe, taditesh vachamadehe adivriddhi. So this is a pratyaya which has the tavarga panchama or chavarga panchama. It will do the vriddhi for the adi acha. So Maheshwara. Anyway, interesting. We used this adhikara last class. Tata agataha. So I mentioned this Maheshwarani Sutrani. So coming back to the shloka now, which we have is Salakshmanam Lakshmanagrajam. So Lakshmanagrajam is Lakshmanasya Agrajaha. Agrajaha is one who is born ahead. Agrajaha. This is the Upapada Samasaha. Very quickly we can, I think we've done this in the class a few times, is the is over here. Agre jayate iti agrajaha. Agre jayate iti agrajaha. Look at the Vigraha Vakyam. You have a tingantam padam. In a samasa Vigraha Vakyam, when you have a tingantam padam, generally speaking, you have a upada samasaha. Also nitya samasaha. Because sopada vigraham nasti. Because you cannot just use the word agra and ja to get the Vigraha Vakyam. You have to say agre jayate iti agrajaha. So this, we have done this tour many times. This is a single sutram to form Upasamad. This is the wrong number. I'm sorry. It should be 2219. Upapadam ating. Upapadam ating. You have to start from a sutram in 2.1 or 2.2. In this case, it is Upapadam ating. Only one single sutram. So any Upapada Samasa, you have to start from Upapadam ating. Upapadam ating, you have to start from there. And then you have to come to the third chapter. That Panini says, Tatropapadam saptamistham. Tatropapadam saptamistham. In Dvitiya Dhatvadhikare, when Panini starts Dhato from 3191, in 3192, Panini immediately says, Tatropapadam saptamistham. Saptamistham, indicated by the saptami in this adhikaraha. Of course, not the usual saptamis, but any technical saptamis here will have they will indicate what should be the Upapadam, and most of them come between 321 to 32100, not all of them, but most of them. And there is a sutram which says Saptamyam Janer Daha. Towards the end of this comes Saptamyam Janer Daha. So when there is a Saptamyantam is the Upapadam, not the word Saptami, but something in the seventh case. So the Saptamyam is a Saptami of Saptami. Saptami, if you take the Saptami of the word Saptami, becomes Saptamyam. Saptamyam Janer Daha. So in this case, what you have is Agre Jayate. Agra means in front. Agre Jayate. One is born so that Agre is the Saptamyantam. When the Upapadam is there, then the Dhatu Jan can play the Pratyaya Da to form Upada Samasaha. So when we do that way, we get Agre, Agra, Ni, Jan, Da. This is the Alaukika Vigravakyam by Upapadam Ating, Saptamyam Janer Daha. Anubandha Lopa by Chutu, and then as usual, Pradipadika Sanya by Krittadita Samasashcha Supo Dhatu Pradipadika Yoho. This ni will go away. Then what happens is that we get the T Lopaha. This T Lopa Sutram is 64143, Sutram Tehe, but Tehe. But normally what happens is that this Sutram is, look at the number, 64143. Where are we going to now? We go to the Bhasya Adhikaraha. Bhasya Adhikara. Bhasya means Swadishwa Sarvnamasthana Yachibham. So the Bhasanya only comes when you have a Swadi Pratyaya. The Swadi Pratyaya starts from 412, so just etc. Right now we don't have that. The Pratyaya Da came from the third Adhyaya by Saptamyam Janer Daha. So this is not a Swadi Pratyaya. It cannot create an Angam which has the Bhasanya. So then there's a Vyakhyanam on 64143 which says that Diti Abhasya Api Anubandha Karana Samarthyat Ti Lopo Bhavati. So when a Dit Pratyaya follows, which is like a Pratyaya Da right now, Abhasya Api, even though the Bhasanya is not there, Anubandha Karana Samarthyat. Otherwise there is no point. There's a typo here. Is anything wrong in the board? Please let me know. Samarthyat, it should be. Samarthyat. So Samarthyat, okay. Anubandha Karana Samarthyat, okay. Ti Lopa Bhavati. So otherwise this is Anyatha Dit Karanam Vyartham Syat, iti bhavaha. So this Dit Karanam will be useless. Making does in it will have no other prayojanam. So that means that even though this Angam doesn't have the Bhasanya to it, because this is not a Swadi Pratyaya, still we get the Ti Lopaha over here because of the Anubandha Karana Samarthyat. So we get this Achuvantyadi Ti. So the Ti Bhaga here is An, because the start from the last vowel, go to the end. So the Akara up to the Nakara is the Ti Bhaga. So Agraja, finally we get Agraja. And then here we have, so there's little poetry going on here. Sa Lakshmanam Lakshmanagrajam. Means he said this to Sri Rama along with Lakshmanam, That is what it means. Now I also mentioned last time that this is a Vikarmaka Dhatu. There are these 12 plus 4 dhatus which are referred to in this sutram. Akatitam cha, which Panini says. Akatitam cha is this that which has not been described. Akatitam cha. So Akatitam cha sutram, maybe we won't find, because if you look at the Vyakhyanam on the sutram, there are these 12 plus 4 dhatus which can take two objects. So in that, this dhatu bru is in that, and vach is, and the synonyms of those also can take. So here now, because I said this to him, That is it. That is what in English also you have the karmaka. Obviously, that's the swabhava of these dhatus, that they can take two karmas. So here we have the list of those things you will have here. Akachitam cha. Here it is. Dushya cha. There will be brew. Some see brew is in there. Brew. So this dhatu brew can take two objects. Akachitam cha. In this case, we have the one object is Lakshmanagrajam, another one is Vachaha. So Lakshmanagrajam, Vachaha, Uchivan. So Uchivan, Vachaha, Lakshmanagrajam. So of course Vachaha is the Pradhana Karma. Pradhana Karma is that which cannot take another vibhakti. That which cannot take another vibhakti is the Pradhana Karma. So it says, could I say Lakshmanagrajaya? Could have been said. That Chaturthi can come with that. But Vachaha cannot take any other vibhakti. So it's the Vachas Pratipadikam, Sakana Pratipadikam, of course Napumsakalinga Pratipadikam, Samo Napumsakat, Luksyat. Again, all these symbols we won't do in the class anymore. We have plenty of daily examples to practice. So this is just Samo Napumsakat, which Vachas plus so becomes Vachas. So this is the Uchivan iti. Normally iti is an avyam which ends the quotation. But here the Uchivan has come in between here. Clearly Uchivan is not a part of the quotation. This is only the quotation. Sadhayamyaham avignamastute devakaryam upapadayishyataha. So iti starts from here to here, not down here, because Uchivan clearly is not the. So iti vachaha Uchivan. So up to here upapadayishyataha iti vachaha Uchivan. So the question, the simple thing is Rishihi. Rishihi, Vachaha Uchivan. Very simple sentence. And this whole thing is in the quotation. And then you can add this, Lakshmanagrajam Vachaha Uchivan. Said this, and then Tirodadhe, he also disappeared. So Karthik, you want to do this for us? Uchivan. Try this one. Uchivan. We had this.
Yes, I'll try it.
I have it here anyway. I put all the steps here. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we start with Bruni Vyaktayam Vachi is 2.39, which is in the Dhatu Pasha. Vyaktayam means which is coherent speech, not just some noise. Vyaktayam is coherent speech, which can be some meaning to it. Okay, then what's the, okay, next one, Karthik, Vach plus lit. How did that happen?
Bruva Vachihi.
Vachihi. So this is in the adhikara of Ardha Dhatuke. The pratyaya which is following which is going to be coming has sanya of Ardha Dhatukam, then some dhatus immediately change their forms. One of them is this dhatu over here. So this adhikara of Ardha Dhatuke comes in Ashtadhya in two places. One of them is here, which is the dhatu nam sarvadesha. So this is when the pratyaya following is going to be have the sanya of Ardha Dhatukam, then immediately these dhatus change their forms. This is what uptake or the defective dhatus, because they don't have, they have only the conjugational tenses and moods, if you say in English. They don't have the non-conjugational tenses. Non-conjugation means the Sarvadhaka Pratyaya is not following. So the Bruva Vachihi is one sutra, we say dhatu, Bruvaha. This Uvanga Adesha, we know is Bruvaha is Shashti Ekavachanam Bruvaha. So Bru plus Nyas has given the form Bruvaha by taking the Uvanga Adesha. So Bruva Vachihi. In place of Bru, the Vach is the Adesha. Okay? So that is then what's the next step is where we have used by the Karthik Chandasi lit and not the Parokshe lit. Okay. If you look at the Ashtadhyayi, again we're going back to the Bhute Adhikara, which we just referred to earlier in the class. The same Adhikara, of course we have the rules, which is the Lung is the default Pratyaya, and then which is 3, 2, 1, 1, 10, then Anadhyatane Lang, and then we have the Parokshe lit. But this is not the lit that we are going to use right now. We're going to use a Chandasi lit. This doesn't have to be Parokshe. It's only Bhutase. This is Chandasi lit. And then, because that lit takes the Adesha of Kwasushcha. The problem is that actually Panini authorizes only few of these forms in Bhashayam. Because Bhashayam only Panini says Sada, Vasa, Shubhaha. Only these three he gives. Then he gives Upeyavan, Anashvana, anashvan, anuchanascha. This is one pratyaya which is the kanash pratyaya. So he gives one kanash pratyaya over in anuchanaha, and he gives 5 with kwasu. So this sada, vasa, shubha, these 3 dhatus, he gives 2 ready-made forms, upeyivan, anashvan. So these 2 he gives, so upeyivan and anashvan. And then furthermore in 6.1, Panini gives 3 more. When Panini talks about the Dvitvam, he gives 2 more over here, dashvan, sahvan, midvanscha. These 3. So totally Panini only gives 8 ending in kwasu and 1 ending in kanacha. So for using bhashaya. But they nirankushaha kavayaha, because these poets, they use these things which are not really. So even though according to Panini this should not be used, but this people do use that. Of course, Kalidasa, this we don't have this in the Gita. We don't have this, but people do use that. So let's look at 32109 very quickly. Panini gives these 3 forms, 32109. He gives some ready-made forms, 32109. It says upeyivan, anashvan, anuchana. These three, upeyivan, anashvan. Okay, there's no comment. Upeyivan. Okay, upeyivan, then anashvan, anuchana, which we don't have right now, but we can still use it. So those is chandasi. We have used it here, so we can go ahead. So now it gets the kwasu adesha, kwasuscha by 32107, because kanach was coming, but kwasu also comes. Kwasu or kanach. Now, any laka, so laf parasmay padam, right? Laf parasmay padam. So any la adesha, any adesha done in place of lakara will get the parasmay pada sanya, but then tangana atmane padam. So the kanach will be the ana, they'll take the atmane pada sanya, and then the kwasu will take the parasmay pada sanya. Right now we have uvayapadi dhatu, but here parasmay padam has been used because bru is uvayapadi dhatu. But it says this. Now one more thing is that the lit adesha is because lit pratyaya, even when lit takes the pratyaya tip saji whatever lit, any lit adesha will always have this sanya of ardhadhatukam. Specific sutram Panini uses. Of course, in this case tip saji never came, but even otherwise, when you look at this sutram, because we have ardhadhatukam sheshaha, and after that comes litcha. Lit pratyaya will, regardless of what adesha it takes, it will be, even if tipta ji comes, tipta ji, even though thing should savadhatukam, still because of litcha, litta adesha is there, then lit will always be ardhadhatukam. So this one is going to become vach for sure. So here we got kwasu. Can we take it from here? So we got what's kwasu?
We will get the abhyasa by liti dhatu and abhyasa.
Of course, before that, the anubandha lopaha, upadesha junanasikit was, and then at this point, abhyasaha. But one more thing is that is samprasaranam also wants to come, right?
But in lit, samprasaranam will be to the abhyasa, right? Like, no?
Well, because of these, because vachi sopi yajadi nam kiti, right? So dhatu,
okay.
Yes. So vachi, yeah, liti dhatu ubhayesham, liti abhyasa ubhayesham is there. So that is correct. So all those 20 dhatus. Samprasaranam normally comes for 20 dhatus or some samprasaranam in this language. They're not the only 20, but the 20 main ones, which is vachi, swapi, yajadi, nam, kiti, grahi, ja, vai, vyadhi, vashti, vichati, vrishchati, prichati, vijjati, nang, niticha. So anyway, dhatu vachi we have. And what Karthik was saying is this, litya abhyasasya ubhayesham, litya abhyasasya, liti abhyasasya ubhayesham. With all these 20, we take the samprasaranam, the abhyasa of lit. But we have a kit pratyaya right now. So if you have a kit pratyaya, immediately what will be subject to samprasaranam. Now how do we get the kit sanya over here, Karthik, for this one?
Because we have kwasu.
How does kwasu? Yeah, of course, straightforward, right? So kwasu is a sakshat kit, so there's no question here. So we got kwasu. So it is so what can, so it is vakara can take samprasaranam. Of course, abhyasa also is pending now. Then what do we do first? There is this paribhasha. Samprasaranam tadashrayam cha karyam balavatta. Samprasaranam tadashrayam cha karyam balavatta. Samprasaranam takes place is a stronger operation over others. Samprasaranam tadashyam chakaryam balavatta. So therefore we do Samprasaranam first, then we get, then of course we also use Samprasaranacha. But only the Vakara becomes Ukaraha. Then the following between the Ukara and the following Akara Pura Parayo, there is a Ekadeshaha, which is the Purarupam. Right after Ami Purvaha, next sutram is Samprasaranacha. Pura Parayoho Ekadesha is the Purarupam. Of course, it makes logical sense. Otherwise, Samprasaranam will be useless. We'll go back to Yanadeshaha. So we get, so Vakara becomes Ukaraha. And between the Ukara and the following Akara, Pura Paryo Ekadesha, Pura Rupam, we got Ucha first. Now we do Samprasa, we do Abhyasaha. Liti Dhato Ranabhyasasya. So Uch Vas, then Haladi Sheshaha, and then Akasame Dirghaha. Remember the sutram which we have seen also, which you keep at the back of it, which does not apply here, but you can keep at the back of your mind this one, which is coming here is Abhyasasya Savarane. Abhyasasya Asavarane. If you have Abhyas of all for Asavarana vowel, then you will get the Iyang Vangadeshaha, or like a form like Iyesha, etc. But this is Savarana. So there's no, if this Ukara has taken, why doesn't the Ukara take Guna? Kartik, why no Guna for Ukara? By Puganta Lagupasya, why not that?
Because of
yeah, kitna, because kiniticha. There's no guna isha possible at all. So then you can just do here only savarna is there. So akasami dirgha ucha vas. Now idagamaha. Idagama is special rules for this vasu. So here this vasvekajad ghasam. So vasvekadaj ghasam. So the vasu will take the Idagamaha. If after doing this if there is an Ekachangam, let's look at the 7 to 6. It's a very specific rule for the Idagamaha in the case of this Vasu Pratyayaha. So let's look at 7 to 67. Specific rule which is over here, which says that Krita Dirvachananam Dhatunam. So Krita Dirvachananam. So Krita Dirvachananam. After the Abhyasakaram is done, Dhatunam Ekacha. So those which are ekach after doing abhyasakaryam. So we did the abhyasakaryam, and then we got akasama dirgha, we got uch. So this is the kutudurvachanam. Kutudurvachanaha dhatuhu. So this is after doing abhyasakaryam. We got uch. So yes, we do qualify for that. And then what it says is that, and then akarantanam which we don't have, and ghaseshcha which also we don't have. Vaso idagama bhavati. So vasu takes idagamaha. If that dhatu which is there after doing abhyasakaram is either ekach or it's ending in a akaraha, dirgha akaraha, or it's a dhatu ghasl, which we don't have those latter two, but we do have with this ekacha here, which is ucha. So this overrides all the other rules in dhatu partha, whether which is set, which is set, anit, it doesn't matter. Dhatu which is anudatta upadesha. So normally you'll get the in nisheda for that, but that doesn't matter over here. This is very specific vishesha vidhanam. So as long as we have this ekach over here, this uch, we can, so what will take the idagamaha, even the dhatu which is anudatta upadesha doesn't come into play over here. So uchivas. Of course, this now gets the pradipadika sanya, this is samasascha. Now we come, okay, this you can do, Kartik. Uchivas tasu. What's the next step over here?
This will be Ugitacham Sarvanamasthaniya Dhatu.
Correct. Ugitacham Sarvanamasthaniya Dhatu, because that in that Kwasu that Ukara was in it. So Ugitacham Sarvanamasthaniya Dhatu, Ugit. So this is Pratyaya, this says Sarvanamasthana Sanya because of the Surnapumsakasya, Sud Anapumsakasya. Right now we're deriving the Prathama Ek Vachanam Pullinge. It's going to qualify Parushuramaha Uchivan. This is now Subantam Padam. Okay, so it's going to be Pullinge Prathama Eka Vachanam. Sudana Pumsakasya means the Sut Su have just come out. They get the Sarvanama Sthana Sanya. Okay, Anapumsakasya. So this is not Anapumsakam that we're doing Pullinge, so that one we get the So Ramasthana Sanya, then the Numagamaha with the Sham Sarvanamasthana Dhatoho, of course, Mitochvanchat Paraha, Anubandha Lopaha by Upadesha Janarasika It, Halancham, and we get Uchi once this Num comes after the last vowel in the term, which is after the Yakara over here. Then next Sutram Kartik, 6-4-10.
Santa Mahata Sanyogasya.
Santa Mahata Sanyogasya, which is the Nakara, which is the letter prior to the Nakara, will take the Dirgha, the Sha, if it's a Santamangam. So if you have basically, if you have a Nakara, Sakara, Sanyoga at the end like that, then, that's also Sarvanamasthane. So that one is coming in 6-4-10. 6-4-10, Santamahata Sanyogasya, Santamahata Sanyogasya. That is 6-4-10, 6-4-10, 6-4-10. So this is Sarvanamasthane Cha Sambuddha, one is coming down. No Padhayaha. So the Upadha, the Nakaraha. But then so the letter prior to the vowel prior to the Nakaraha, of a this an Angasyadikaraha, of a Santamangam. So basically you require a Nakara, Sakara, Sanyogaha, and the vowel prior to that will take Dirgha Adeshaha if we are in the Sarvanamasthana Pratyaya is following. So we got the Dirgha Adeshaha, and of course Halniyabhyos, Halniyabhyo Dirgha Suti Shapuktam Hal, Yaprukta Sakara of the Supratyaha will take Lopaha because we have Halanta Mangam. So it's following a Hal. So it's not Angasyadikaraha. So if it's following a Hal letter, which is Sakara, consonant, this Sakara takes Lopaha, Prukta Sakaraha, Halni Abhyo Dirgha Suti Shapuktam Hal, then become Uchivansa. Then we got the Sanyavantasya Lopaha Uchivan. After this, even though this Nakara belongs to the Pratipadikam, which was an Agama done to the Pratipadikam, because we would like to think of no lopa of Paribadikantasya, but it cannot apply because of Purvatra Siddham. This Sakara Lopaha done by Sanyavantasya Lopaha will not be seen by prior rule 827 because of Purvatra Siddham. Purvatra Siddham. So this, as far as 827 is concerned, Sakara is still there. It does not see a Padanta Sakara. So it cannot apply because Purvatra Siddham. Uchivan. Uchivan. The last thing in the shloka is this last part over here, which is Tirodhade. Tirodhade. So now this is Tirodhade is the he disappeared. So this is this Tiras. Tiras is an avyayam, and that gets the Gati Sanya. So this one here, Tirodhade, did I put the number here? Okay. 1471 and 1480. So I think Tiruantaradhana, I think that's the sutram over here, 1471, 1471. As I said to you, when we do the Kuvati Prad, the Pradayaha, Sarga, Kriyayoge, Gatishcha goes all the way down up to this Te Prad Dhatoho. And there we are sutram Tiruantardhau. Antardhi means to get concealed, to go inside. You should disappear, to vanish basically. Tiruantardhau. When Tiras is used in that meaning of Antardhanam, Antardhi, then it will become Antardhi. Then it will get the Sanya of Gati. They will form a Gati. Gati means Te Parag Dhatoho. Remember that the Tingantam na Samaschate. So which will that if they, because we have Tiro Dadhe. Dadhe is a Tingantam Padam. It is not a Samasa. But the Tiras will go prior to the Dhatu and qualify that Dhatu. Let's look at 1471 in 1471. Okay. Tiruantardhau. Antardhi is Vyavadhanam, is to get concealed. So Tiras iti avyayam gati sanyakam syad. Tiro bhuya iti. So Tiruantardhau. Okay, Antardhi Vyavadhanam. Okay, now the okay, so that's what we have with Tiras going on over here. So the form Dadhe. Dadhe is a dhatu is this one. It is Duthai Dharana Poshana Yoho. So means to bear or to hold or to nourish somebody. It also means like to place. So Antardhi means to place. He placed inside. Means he concealed. Means he vanished. Also, Dane ityapyeke also means the sense of Dane. The steps are kind of straightforward here. Dha plus lit. This is the parokshe lit. So, So first of all, this do gets the it sanya, other ni to davaha. So this in the beginning, if you have these ni, varga panchama, ni, to or do, they get the it sanya, other ni to davaha, So in the beginning, when we have, so we have the, so this we have the do in the beginning is isanya, of course, halantyam, tasya lopaha, then paroksha lit comes over here. In the meanwhile, lit, of course, the ikar lopaha, upadesha jananasika it, halantyam, then tip tasji comes, since this is the upayapi dhatu, because it nears an it. So this one we have already covered in the daily examples many times. In the 1.3, Panini does the vyavastha of the Atmanipadam, Parasmaipadam. We have seen this rule many times, which is the Anudatta Jnata Atmanipadam. Then comes below, Panini says the Swarita Jnata. So Swarita Jnata Kartavyapraya Kriya Phale. So that will come. Here down here, 1372. Swarita Jnata Kartavyapraya Kriya Phale. When the fruit of the action accrues to a doer, the dhatu which is swarita, it or nyakara is in it, chavarga panchama, that will take atmanipadam. So the distinction of this fruit of action accruing one way or the other is not followed in the language, it's not strictly followed in the language. So basically this becomes ubhayapadi dhatus. So because we have the n as an it in Judhai, it can take either one. Right now it's taking atmanipadam. Fix atmanipadam. It is pratham purusha ekavachanam because the karta is rishihi. So pratyayastha, then what happens is that litas tajayor eshirech. As I mentioned to you, this 3478 should not be left until you scan the remaining of 3.4, which is the lakara sambandhi karyani, and here this litas tajayor eshirech. In the lit pratyata and tajayor or the pratyaja becomes esh and irech respectively, so you pratyata. So you have, so this is not in Gita, does not have a Atmanipadam form of lit. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is no Atmanipadam form of lit. So unfortunately, no way to practice in Gita. But anyway, Esh, because this Esh had the Talavishaka as an it by Halantyam because of Anekalshit Sarvasya, Sarvasya. So normally we would have had Alontyasya. This Eka would replace only the ending Akara of the, but since this is a Shit Adesha, Anekashit Sarvasya, so that's why 1155 comes. So this entire Ta Shabda, Takara, Akara Sahita Takara Sthani. So we'll get the Ekara Adesha. So then, of course, then we do Abhyasa Karyam. So this should be done first. These 3-dot propositions should be done first. Don't go anywhere until you finish those. It is Hato and Abhyasasya. It is Hato and Abhyasasya. Comes Dha Dha. Abhyasa Karyani, which is the Rasvaha, so the, dha, a, and then we get this a gets the kit by asanyogal lit kit. Asanyogal lit kit. If you had no sanyoga prior to it, then apit lit kit syat. Apit lit. There was no pit because this ta had no pitness in it. So this apit lit kit syat became kit. And then ato lopa iticha. Ato lopa iticha. If you have, this is in the adhikara of ardhadhatuke, which comes in the angasya adhikara. So this is, we just saw today one adhikara of ardhadhatuke, which comes in the dhatva adesha. But there is the adhikara of ardhadhatuke, which comes in the angasya adhikara. And that one will do the angakaryani, and there is this sutram which says ato lopa iticha. If you have a pratyaya which is ajadi, kit nit, and you have the akarantam angam, alontyasya, that ending akara of the angam will take lopaha, or the pratyaya has to have an idagama with it. If it's not kit nit, it has to have an idagama. So right now we have the pratyaya a, which because of asanyogal, it is kit, and we have the angam which is dha, it will take the alontyasya akar lopaha, ato lopa, it is a very important sutram, ato lopa iticha, in angasyadikaraha, ardhadhatuke. In pratyaya following a sanya of ardhadhatukam, as I mentioned to you, because litcha sutram, even though this is a ting pratyaya, ting is ardhadhatukam, but because of litcha, this is a sanya of ardhadhatuka. If you check all the conditions, so this has all the conditions satisfied. This A is also the sthani vad bhavaha. This also has sanya of ardhadhatukam. It is ajadi pratyaya. It's a kit pratyaya. The angam was ending in the akaraha. We get the alontasya become dad a, and finally abhyase charcha. Abhyase charcha. So in abhyasa the prana is lost, becomes dadhe. Dadhe. So this is the pratham purusha ekvachanam lit atmanipadam. So finally, I think that will do it for us for the shloka. So basically means iti vachaha uchivan. So the Rishi said, Rishi is coming between, right? Dehali Deepa Nyaya. So Rishi is connecting, is a subject for Rishi. Uchivan is samadhikaranam with Rishi, and Rishi also tirodhade. So he said these words, which means I'll get going. I'll get going. Then let there be no obstacles for you. Let there be an absence of obstacles for you, who is about to accomplish the work of the gods. So this is what the Rishi said, iti vachaha, to Sri Ramaha, who is the elder brother of Lakshmana, along with Lakshmana. There's a little bit of poetry going on here. So Lakshmanam Lakshmanavajam, and then Rishi Tirodhade is that the Rishi, he vanished. So here it says, we came up to here, Tena Saheti Tulya Yoge, we did that. Lakshmanagrajam Ramam, so he clarified Ramam iti vachaha uchivan, means uktavan. Uktavan, he's made a ktavatu pratyaya. He's uktavan, he's converted that, and he's also told you bruiyaha kvasuhu. Dhatu bruin takes kvasu pratyaya, so he's also told you what kvasu is coming. Then Rishi tirodade antardade, because you can tiro antardho, we just saw that, right? So tiras can also be maybe like sideways or something, but that is not that's not the meaning here. Tiras means tiras antardade. So he clarifies that. That means that he vanished. We did that last time. We did a translation last time itself, so we won't repeat that. Let's go to the next shloka, which is the Navati Tama shloka, 92nd shloka. This is not very difficult. It's slightly longer meter. Tasmin gate vijayinam parirabhya ramam snehadamanyata pita punareva jatam tasya bhavat kshana shuchaha paritoshalabha kakshagni langita taroriva vrishtipataha tasmin gate vijayinam parirabhya ramam snehadamanyata pita punareva jatam tasya bhavat kshana paritoshalabha kakshagni langita taro riva prishtipataha. Will you put the chair for us, Karthik? Try that.
Yes, Satish.
Okay, go ahead.
Tasmin.
Okay.
Tasmin gate. Vijayinam. Parirabhya. Ramam. Snehat.
Panchami
Amanyata.
Amanyata, lang lakara, amanyata, okay.
Pita.
Prathama ekvachanam, okay. Punaha.
Eva. Jatam.
Okay.
Tasya.
Correct. Tasya Dasharathasya, yes, go ahead.
Abhavat.
Lang lakara, straightforward, abhavat.
Kshana shuchaha.
Kshana shuchaha is samastam padam. You can see down. We're going to see it in the. Vigraha Vakam is coming. It says kshanam shuk yascha iti bahuvri vigraha. Okay. So kshana shucha is samastam padam. Pradipati kshana shuch. Kshana shuch is the chakaranta pradipatikam. This is shashti ekvachanam. Okay. Go ahead.
Paritosha labha.
Also samastam padam. Straightforward. It is a shashti tatpurusha paritoshasya labha. Paritosha labha is samastam padam. Okay. Next one.
Kakshagni langhita taroho.
Taroho, very good. Kakshagni langita taroho. The key over here is sutram, which we have seen, of course, many times, is supo dhatu pradipadika yoho. Inside a pradipadikam, a sup cannot stay. As a general rule, supo dhatu pradipadika yoho. Inside a pradipadikam, sup. So that is how we are doing padacheda. So supo dhatu pradipadika yoho. So if you have a samasaha, inside any pratipadikam, sup cannot stay. So otherwise, how do we know whether this is samastam padam or not? How do we decide that? So here, because see, kaksha is, there's no sup after that. Agni, there's no sup here either. It didn't become agni, agnina, agnishu, you know. So agnehe, there's no sup. Sup has taken look over here. Same thing with kaksha. Ramo Shabda, there is no against this is a he kaksha. It's possible, but that meaning will not fit over here. So that is how we decided that kaksha agni langita taroho. Taroho definitely has a shashti ekvacham. This taru shabda, it is gi sanya. It has, so you get niti, of course, and the nyasina soshcha pura par ekadesha shashti ekvacham. So this is where the padam ends. Because we were able to look at this sup, which is here, which has not taken a look inside here, kaksha, agni, and langita, there was a supluk had taken place. So those must be inside a pratipadikam. So this entire samastam padam gets a pratipadika sanya by prit tadita samasascha. That's how the padishita is being done. If you're wondering how do we know where does this padam end, you know. Okay, next one. Then this one is easy.
Iva
Iva.
Vrishtipataha.
Vrishtipata, same thing here. Vrishti has not taken any. This is like Mativa Shabda, Silinga Shabda, Pratyaktin is being used here straightforward. There's no sup over here. Same thing, Paritosha. Same thing over here also, Paritosha. Same thing here, Kshana Shuchaha. So all these are going to be, the supluk has taken place. These are all compounds. This is a compound. Of course, sometimes in compounds, might be aluk samasa, there might be some complication. As a general rule, you know that if a supluk has taken place, start suspecting that it's a compound. Okay, you want to do the, let's do the Vyakhyanam, Tasmin Niti. So Tasmin Vyakhyanam is Bhargave. Look at how beautifully always. This should be a great lesson for all of us. When you see a Sarvanama Shabdaha, Tatkalam Prashtavyam, Adharabhutaha Nama Shabdaha Kaha. What is the basis of the Sarvanama Shabda? Sarvanama Shabda does not have its own gender number case. It is always borrows that from a noun. So always stop and always ask. Very, very good habit. And see, even here Muninatha does very nicely. Tasmin Bhargave, Parushurame. He says Tasmin means Bhargava. Who is Tasmin? So on his departure is what it means. On his departure. So whose departure? So Bhargave. Now Gate Sati. Look at this Sati. So what sutram here, Karthik? You want to try? It's called Sati Saptami or Sat Saptami. Sat Saptami means when one the timing of one kriya gives the timing of another kriya. When a prasiddha kriya, when a known kriya. So now we know that the Rishi we already knew from here. We already had Parushurama Rishi Tirodhade. The Rishi which Parushurama Tirodhade, he vanished. So then that is now going to give the timing of the next kriya, which is the Pita Dasharataha Ramam Parirabhya Amanyata Punar Eva Jatam Amanyata. So now Tasmin Gate. What sutram Karthik going to try that one? Where would that be? You want to try to hone in for us?
Will it be?
I want to justify the Vibhakti. No, you know that. We have to justify this. We want to justify the Saptami Vibhakti. There is only one Padanashtadhyayi, which does Vibhakti Vidhanam. Which one is that? Nashtadhyayi is only one.
Look under the Adhikaranam or the Karake.
The Karake will only define the Adhikarana Sanya. It will not define Saptami. Ultimately, you define Sutram in 2.3. Okay, so any Vibhakti Vidhanam, the rest of your life, any Vibhakti Vidhanam, you have, just like Samas, in fact, these three we taught in the class many times already, but this one, as I said, 2122 are for Samas Vidhayaka Sutrani. So no matter what compound you have to somehow find a sutra. Maybe you have to do some Yoga Vibhaga, some Vartikam, some Nyakpagam, but you have to find a sutram in 2.1 or 2.2 to justify a compound. Similarly, you can go to 2.3 to justify any Vibhakti Vidhanam, Vibhakti Prayogaha. You have to find a sutram in 2.3. 2.3. Of course, here also there might be some ways, but 2.3 is really the only place where Panini justifies authorized Vibhaktis. So we must be in 2.3 somewhere. And yes, Karthik is right. We may need to look at 1.4 when Panini says Karmani Dvitiya when Panini says. Now what is karma? We look up in 1.4 Karaka. But ultimately Dvitiya has to be authorized by 2.3 only. See, Karaka will not authorize Dvitiya. Karaka section which is 1.423 will only say what gets the karma sanya. But to justify Dvitiya Vibhakti, you have to come to 2.3. So here we must find a sutram here, and from here start the Saptami. Panini says Saptami from here. Saptami adhikarane cha, this Panini says Saptami. And then very next sutram, yasya cha bhavena bhavalakshanam. Yasya cha bhavena bhav. In Bhagavad Gita, given told you many times that there are two nice shlokas in the very first chapter of Gita, where you can appreciate the Sat Saptami, which is the Pravritte Shastra Sampate Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha Rishikesham Tada Vakyam Idamaha Mahipate Senayor Bhayor Madhyarasam Sthapayamechyuta Yavadetan. Here it is Pravritte Shastra Sampate Sati Shastranam Sampataha. When the descent of arrows had just started, then Arjuna asked Shri Krishna something that goes on. So this is the timing. So when did Arjuna speak to Krishna? He said that when the descent of arrows had just started. Pravritte Shastra Sampate. And then comes also Srishu Dushtasu Varshneya Jayate Varna Sankaraha. That is also coming, the Sati Saptami again. Srishu Dushtasu Satishu is when women get corrupted, then something happens, Varna Sankara happens. So this is the timing, the whole thing is the timing of two actions. So when the descent of arrows was just starting, then Arjuna questioned Sri Krishna about something. Here, when the woman got corrupted, then something is happening at that timing. So in Gita, very nice in the first chapter, two examples. So yasya cha bhavena bhavalakshanam. Quickly look at this. There is one. So Karthik it is 2, 3, I think 38, right? 38, I think 2, 3, 38. So anyway, it has to come to 2, 3. Next time, whenever the question is asked by which Sutram Vibhakti is justified, 2.3. 2.3. Okay. So I'm sorry, I think the wrong. No, sorry, 2, 3, 2, 3. What is the number there? 2, 3, 38. 20, 37. Okay, I'm sorry. 2, 3, 37, not 38. 37. 2, 3. 2, 3, 37. 2, 3, 37. Bhavena saptamiti vartate. Then bhava is kriya. It's an action. Yasya cha bhavena. So by some action, yasya cha kriyaya. Somebody's action, kriyantaram lakshyate. Another action is being indicated by that. Tato bhavavataha saptami vibhaktir bhavati. So that which has this first action, that will take the saptami vibhakti. So prasiddha cha kriya, kriyantaram lakshayati. So when there is a prasiddha kriya, kriyantaram lakshayati, this typo here. So it says, Goshu duyamana sugataha, dugdha swagataha. When the cows were being milked, he went, and when they were milked, he came back. Dugdha swagataha. This timing of two actions. Milking of cows is a prasiddha kriya. So here we already saw the Rishistiro, they already was told us, and comes the next kriya. Tasmin bhargave gate sati. And this word sati used to indicate that the sat is the Shatupratyaya of the dhatu. As has been used, so that is used to indicate we have sati saptami, tasmin gate. So normally when you have this, most of the time you'll have either nishtha pratyaya here, or you'll have the Shatupratyaya is most common is Shatusanacha. Will be when you have Shatusana means while this was going on, that happened. So this is a simultaneous action. When the Vartamana Kridanta has been used, when it's a present participle, it's a simultaneous action. When this gate, this is in bhuta adhikara, right? So then it means that when it is the action one after the other. So when he had gone, then something happened. So gate in gate, what's the makar lopa with gate, Karthik?
This is
gam plus pratyakta by the sutram.
This is anudato budesha vanatitanautyadina.
Yeah, very good. So which is 6.437. 437. Of course, the pratyaya uses nishtha pratyaya, which is again the definition of nishtha is tattavatu nishtha, bhute, the bhute, when he had gone. So 126 tattavatu nishtha. And then as Kartik said, 6-4-37, which has seen many, many times, Anudatthopadesha. There are the 6 dhatus which are ending in a nasal, Anudatthopadesha, which is Gama, Nama, Yama, Rama, and Mana and Anya. Sorry, Han and Manya. Manya means the 4th Gana, Man, and Dhatu, Han. These 6, then the Vanati Dhatu, Tanotyadi Nam, Ashtama Gana. Those dhatus, Anunasika Lopa, Jalikiniti, Pratya being Sta. It is a Jaladi Pratya, means Anubandha Lopa to be done first. So, Lashakvatadite. Then his Takara is Jal letters, everything is that is Kit Pratyaya. So the Makara takes Lopaha becomes Gata. So that's, I think, the document I might have it in the document here. Do I have it here? No, I didn't put it. Okay. I didn't put it here. I didn't put it. Okay. But anyway, so we have done this many times, so we know this one. Daksmin Gate, then Vijayinam Ramam Pita Snehat Parirabhya Punarjatam Eva Manyata. Okay, again, look at the subject, Snehat Punarjatam Manyata. So the Pita is subject. So out of affection, Parirabhya. This Parirabhya is of course the Pratyaya. Lyap has come over here. Saman Kritika Yo Purva Kale. You've seen many examples in the daily examples. We won't do that again over here. So Tva Pratyaya, when the single doer is doing 2 actions, there's 2 actions, then in that case the prior action is the Pratyaya Tva, the Tva is the Pratyaya Adesha Lyap, when it is in a Samasaha, because it's the Gati Samasaha. Pari is the Pradi, which gets Upasarga, Fiyayogi, Gatishcha Kugati Pradaya, it's the Gati Samasaha. So I put the document here, I put that anyway, which is Parirabhya. So Parirab means to embrace. If you look at the commentary, I think when it says Alingya, that Aling is also to embrace, Alingya. So Alingyam is having embraced, Parirabhya, Alingya. Rabha, the Arabha means to commence, Parirabha means to embrace, Parirabhya. So Parirabhya is Samanakritaka Purvakale, Samanakritaka Yoha Purvakale, and then Samasanyang Purve, Ktvolyap. Samasta Padam is there. So Anyang Purve, we don't have negation Samasa here. So Ktva gets the Lyap Adesha, Parirabhya. Samanakarta clearly here is Pita. Pita is Samanakarta. And his Uttaravartini Kriya is Amanyata. Amanyata, straightforward form, means he considered, he thought, he regarded. So Amanyata is, very straightforward. This Dhatu Mana Jnane, Anubandha Lopaha, Upadesha Junanasika. It's Lang Pratyaha by the Ananthatani Lang in the Bhute Adhikara, which is already. And then the Pratyaya Takam, because this is a Atmanipadi Dhatu. So by Tipta Ji, we talked about Pratham Purusha Ekvachanam, the Karta is Dasharatha, Pita. So he gets the Ta Adesha by Lasya, and then the Pratyaya Shan comes by Divadibhya Shan, Apavada for Kartari Shap. Anantaram Sutram. The next Sutram after Kartari Shap is Divadibhya Shan. Divadibhya Shan. After Kartari Shap comes Divadibhya Shan. So Shap would have come, but Shan comes instead. Of course, in the Shan, Nilashapatadite, Halantyam, Anubandha Lopaha. Meanwhile, Adagamaha comes by Lung Lung Rung Kshuradastaha, then Adyanta, Takita, Anubandha Lopaha, Amanyata, nothing specially considered. He considered. And there's no commentary on these other parts over here also. Vijayinam Ramam straightforward, Ditya Ekvachanam Amipurvaha. And Vijayinam, no commentary over here. This is the Pratyaya Ini, which is Tadita Pratyaya, which is that Tadasya Sminiti Matup, Matubartha Pratyaha. So, which is in the sense of Matup. So, one who has the victorious Rama, one who has victory is victorious. Like a word like Balin becomes, Balin, Chakrin, all these Dandin. So, this Pratyaya Ini. So, this is a very nice adhikara in the big jungle of Taditas. There's this nice little oasis over here, which is Tadasya Asti Asminiti Matup. One who has that, or in him that is there, so that is Tadasya Asti Asminiti Matup. And in there comes the sutram which says Ata Inithanau. If you have the Lyumavi and the adhikara of Nya Pratipadika, if you have Adantam Pratipadikam, then the Pratyaya Ini and Than can also be used. we do have that, so we may simply make the Vijayaha Asya Asti Iti Vijayi. Shri Rama was Vijayi. So we say Vijayi Bhava, right? Ashirvada Vijayi Bhava, be victorious. So, so Vijayin Pradipadikam, this is of course the Prathama Ekvachanam Pullinge. So Vijaya plus Su, Vijaya Asya Asti. Looking at the Laukika Vigraha Vakyam, you can construct the Alaukika Vigraha Vakyam. Because Vijayaha is Prathama Ekvachanam. So that's why you say Vijayaha, then bring the Pratyaya Su.
Satish,
yes, sir.
There is a typo perhaps on Vijayi. Yes. Vijayi should be Vajayi, you have said that.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, Vijayi. Yes, something is wrong. Vijayi. Yes. Thank you. Vijayi. Absolutely. The Vijayi Bhava. So Vijayi, not Vajayi. Vijayi. Thank you. So Vijaya plus Su, because this is Prathama Ekvachanam here. Tatya Ini, Atha Ini Thano, we do have Adanta Mangam, we do have. And then this is in the sense of Matup is coming over here. In the meanwhile, of course, this entire thing is Paripadika Sanya, because Tadita Samasa, because Tadita Shastram 4176, goes into 5.4. This is the Tadita Pratyaya. Always check that also. Don't forget that. I mean, this is kind of obvious, but we haven't mentioned in a long time. So Tadita starts from 4176. Adhikara, which starts in Ashtadhyay. Long Adhikara is contained in the Adhikara of Pratyaya Parascha. Also, Nya Pratipadikata. So Taditaha, everything is satisfied because we get the Pratipadika Sanya here, and Supotha, the Pratipadikayo, Supluk, so that one goes away. In the meanwhile, the ending Ikara of Ini also gets the It Sanya by Upadesha Junanasika It, Tasya Lopaha, because if that were not to be there, the Nakara would have got Lopaha by Halantyam. So probably here, Nakara Stranartham, Ikara Grihitaha. So this Ikara is taken as an It for Idrupena Grihitaha because of the fact that to protect the Nakaraha. Otherwise, if this Nakara would have been subject to Lopaha because of Halantyam Tasya Lopaha. But in the Ikara comes and protects it because now the Nakara is no longer a Antya. So the Ikara gets its Sanya Tasya Lopaha, and then of course Bhasanya. Remember when you add any Swadi Pratyaya, the Swadi starts from 412. Goes into 5.4. The Dita starts from 4176. Every Tadita Pratyaya is a Swadi Pratyaya. So you have to look at these two rules, 1417, 1418, Swadishva, Sarvanama Sthane, and Yachibham. This case it's Ajadi Pratyaya, and then we get the so Bhasanya for the Angam by Yachibham. This is a Swadi Pratyaya, it's the Ajadi Pratyaya, and this Angam gets the Bhasanya, and then Yasyeti Cha. Ivarnantasya, Avarnantasya, Bhasanyakasya, Angasya, Lopasya, Tadite, Ikare Chapare. So we have the Tadita Pratyaya over here. So Alontyasya, the Ikara takes Lopaha, becomes Vijayan. Decline Vijayan, we get the Sutram Saucha, Saucha Dirghaha, Saucha. So Saucha, again, this we've not done in this class, we've done this in the daily examples many times. So what happens is that normally we have Svanamastane Chasam Buddhao. So Namasthane Chas, we have the Angam, we have the Prajmatikam Vijayin. So we should have been able to use the Satanamastane Chasam Buddhao. So we are going to Prathama Ekvachanam Su, Vijayi. So that of course the Su has the Sanya of Satanamasthanam because of Sudana Pumsakasya, Sudana Pumsakasya, Sut. So but that had a Niyama Sutram on that this one could not be used directly because of the fact that it says, in Han Pushar Yamnam Shav. That these Innanta and also this Han and Pushan or Yaman, they only take the Dirgha which is Shav Parataham, Pratyaya she follows. So now this one is limited. So now Chasam is limited by this fellow over here. Then also Saucha. So you might say, why do we need Saucha? Why not just use Svanamastani Chasam Buddhao? Because this one limits the Svanamastani Chasam Buddhao to only those cases with the Shi Pratyaya follows. If it's the Innantam, Angam, it's the Vijayin, and only Shav Parataha. But then Sauch also comes, so we can do the Upada Dirgha, Vijayin. I think I have it in the document somewhere here. Okay, I thought I had it somewhere, but maybe I didn't have it. Okay, let's see. Anyway, so we have to use Saucha. And then, of course, after that, do let me see. Did I put it down here? No. Okay. Maybe I didn't put it in the document. So that's the Upada Dirgha. Vijayi becomes then Vijayin plus Sa, Hanyabhyo, Sakar Lopa, then Nulopradipadikantasya, Patya, Lopi Patya, Lakshanam, Suptingantam Padam, Nulopradipadikantasya becomes Vijayi, Vijayi final form. So let's go back to the shloka now, see what we have left. So Vijayinam Ramam, I'm sorry, we're talking Vijayi form. But here we did Vijayinam, we don't need, because Vijayinam is Ditya Ekavachanam. So Vijayin plus there's nothing, there's this Saucha, Pratyaya, Su is not there in the shloka. This Vijayi I was deriving from the Vigraha Vakyam here, but we don't have Vijay, we have Vijayinam. Yeah, sorry, okay. So we don't need Saucha over here, because Vijayin plus only we have. So it's Vijayinam Ramam. Then Pita also is Prajapakam Pitru. Pitru here also Subandha Prakriya is there because we get the Anangadesha. Anangadesh, Rudushanas. So that is will come in 7.1. 7.1 somewhere it will come, which is over here. Rudushanas Purudam So Neha Samcha. Rudantam when you have So Parataha, it's the Anangadesha. So by Nicha, it comes in the end of the in place of the ending letter, because Anang when you do the Upadal, I mean the Anubandha Lopa, it becomes An. It's the Anekachadesha. So normally Anekash is Sarvas, you replace the entire Angam Pitru. But instead of that, because Nicha, it forces the Alon Chesya again. So we get the Pitan. Once we get Pitan, then we use the same sutram, which is the Sarvanamastani Cha Sambuddha, make it Pita. To make it Pita. Pita is Pratama Ekvachanam Pratipadikam. Pittur Pratipadikam. So now we have, so Pita is the Karta here, Snehad. This is Hetau. Panchami Hetau, due to, on account of affection. Sneh Dhatu, straightforward game Pratyaya Sneha. Sneha is Ramavat Shabda. It's the Pullinga Pratipadikam Snehat. Again, going back, again, we want to justify Panchami Vibhakti has to be justified over here. We'll have to go to 2.3 and find a sutram there. And there, Paniniya Sutram, it says Hetau. But that sutram just is for a Sitya Vibhakti, not for Panchami. But then below that, Panini has two rules for Panchami. This one is specific rule for in case of Runam. We cannot use that one. Vibhasha Gune Striyam. When there's a word defining a quality, this guna is a technical term. What is a quality? What is mean by the word guna? What is mean by quality? As opposed to dravyam, like something like whiteness, darkness, softness. These are qualities which are kind of superimposed on some dravyam, and they can come and go. They can leave the dravyam, go to another dravyam, etc. And they're not born of any action as such. In fact, if you look at I'm not to spend too much time in the class, but if you look at the dictionary of some grammar by Abhyankar professor, he defines, gives a couple of definitions for what is guna given in the Mahabhashyam. So now why do we need that right now? Because that Panchami can be used Hetau only if it's Gune, and Astriyam should not be a feminine word. Of course, there are cases when even a Dravyam, after that also Panchami is used. You have to do the Yoga Vibhaga here also. Vibhasha is in Yoga Vibhaga, but right now I think we don't need to do Yoga Vibhaga. We can use that Gune. Because Guna is properties residing in a substance, just as whiteness in a garment, etc., which are different from the Dravyam, the substance. The word Guna, as it is explained in the Mahabhashyam, is Sattve Nivishyate Apaiti cha, which can enter and leave a substance, Apaiti. Like whiteness, something may be white, it may not be white tomorrow, but substance will remain. Nivishyate Apaiti, Pruthak Jatishu Drishyate. It can be seen in various different substances that whiteness can be seen. Drishyate. Adheyascha Akriyajascha. It is kind of superimposed on that substance. Akriyajascha should not be born of some action that is being done. Should not be like a participle, So Sattva Prakritir Gunaha. Anyway, one more definition is given over here. Upaiti Anyat Jahati Anyat. So it goes to one thing, it can leave one thing also. Drishto Dravyantareshvapi. It can be seen in other substances, not just this one. It can be seen in other substances also. Vachakaha Sarvalingana. It can go in all genders. So Dravyad Anyaha, different from the substance. Gunaha Smrutaha. Anyway, I think Sneha, I think we can qualify it's the quality of, affection. It's called affection. So Sneha, bottom line is that 2, 3, this Hetau is for Tritiya Vibhakti, but we can use this one here, which is even if we could not satisfy all these conditions of this, for example, I think, like I think in Nyaya they use this, like anupalabdhehe, gato nasti anupalabdhehe. There is no part of it, anupalabdhehe. It is not, because it is not clearly seen, it is not available. So upalabdhi is a feminine word. How can we use anupalabdhehe as a heta when it is triyam? So this sutram is subject to yoga vibhaga. We should take vibhasha, we use panchami is also possible. So these two conditions may not be satisfied all the time, but right now I think we are okay with that. So we'll make the panchami. So this is snehad, out of affection, parirabhya alingya against samana karta, punarjatam. Punarjatam, this is a sahasupa, subsupa samasa, punar is an avyam. It is a rephantam. Yes.
Pita sneha confuses me because pita is pratama ekavachanam, if we take it that way.
So it is snehat parirabhya. Take it like that. Snehat parirabhya. So having embraced him out of affection. This
how does pita see? My question is, pita
amanyata. The father considered Rama to be as if born again. But then there's an action between there. It's parirabhya. So having embraced Sri Rama, he considered him to have been born again. Then this nehat is like qualifying this, the hetu for this alinganam. So because out of affection he embraced him, and then he considered him like he is born again. Jatam meva. Punareva, that as if he has been born again. So punareva, sakshat punarjatam, means he has been so he's been born again. So pita is the karta for the amanyata. That's what it is.
Oh, thank you.
Then we had a second kriya coming and sneha connecting with that. So punareva. So again itself he's born. So again it's not eva, it's eva. So like he's born again itself. So punarjatam is this punar avyam. This is which is, see, Pani does not have like this adverb compounds, This punar is really an adverb to dhatu jan, isn't it? Wait, Karthik, you want to try this jatam, how it came? Jata shabda katham jata. How did this jata shabda come into play? Any idea? Jan, yeah, of course, the dhatu is jan. Jan is pratyak, has become jata. So that is clear. So, but then how did this jan become jata? Where would you try to find this sutra?
It's for nya janer ja.
So that is only shiti parataha. You got a good try, but that is the like the jayate mariyate vakada. That's the jayate. That's only shiti parataha. So what you are talking about is nya janor jay shiti parataha. The pa graha dumar shiti, right? And shiti. So jan becomes jayate. So when he gets the pratyashyan becomes jayate. So we cannot use that. But where would this will be? It will be in the angasya dikara, right? It will be angasya dikara. This one comes in 6.443, I think. So it says jana sana khanam sanjaloho. When you jaladi in kitnit pratyaha, they take the akara deshaha. That's what it is. Let's try 6.442. So jan becoming jata. So jata shabda katham jataha. How did this jata shabda come into play? So this takes the, of course, alone just still here. Is jali kniti. So jan san khan iti etesha manganam sani. San pratyaya or jalado kiniti. Sani jalado, kiniti jalado pratyaya parataha akaraha, of course, alone just adesha bhavati. So this is jana sana khanam sanjaloho. So I think I didn't put document here, so jata. So I just put it here for a second. So when the steps are clear, because dhatu jan is here, of course this is akarmaka dhatu, so it will be kartari arthe, only one who's born, but this is, so jan plus pratyaya is going to be pratyakta by nishtha, then Tattavatu Nishtha Sanya Sutram, and this is going to be Kartari because it is a Karmaka Dhatu. And then what in the Angakaryam, of course, Anubandha Lopaha by the Shakvataditasya Lopaha, and then do the Jana Sana Khanam. Sanjalo will become the any new sutram that you have, repeat 5, 10, 15, 20 times. Next time it can stick in your head. So here becomes ta, and after that, of course, akastama dirgha. So this is the sutram over here, which is the 6442. 6442 is jana sana khanam sanjaloho kiniti. So jaladi kitnit. So this one will highlight this one. Anyway, then we need to use akastama dirgha after that, because alone just is coming here. So the only ending, the only nakara of jan will take the akara deshaha, and then we have to use the akastama dirgha to make it jata. So evam jata iti pradipadikam jayate. So 61101. So all right. So this was jata. So punarjata is, I think, it's going to be a supsupa compound, a miscellaneous compound. It's not a special. It's neither tatpurusha nor bahuvri nor vibhavaha nor dvandvaha. It is an adverb compound. So itself, like he had been born again itself. So amanyata, we already did that. And then, so that is the first part of it. Second part of a simple sentence is there's upama coming down here. You see the iva. That is of course the trademark of Kalidasa, right? Upama Kalidasa, iva. We can leave it for a time. We can leave this one out. Tasya pituhu paritosha labha abhavat. Abhavat is very straightforward. We won't do in the class anymore. You have the daily examples already we covered many times. Lang lakaraha, dhatu, bhu plus lang, pratyaya, tip has come, itashya has taken place over here. And then, of course, the guna adesha, bhu becoming bho, echo yava yavaha, bhavat, and adda agamaha. So this one has been covered in daily examples many times. So tasya pituho paritosha dhatu tush. Paritosha is like satisfaction, contentment. Paritosha labha abhavat. So means he gained satisfaction. Now there's one adjective qualifying him. Kshana shuchaha. It's also a bit of a strange compound and was given by Malinatha. Kshanam shucha. Pratipadikam shucha. Shuch means in the sense of grief. The Gita many times, right? Shochidina kangshati, ma shuchaha, etc. So shuch is a chakarantam strilinga pratipadikam. Means in the sense of shokaha, same meaning. So kshanam shuk. Prathama ekvachanam of shuch will be, of course, by the chokuhu will be shuk. So kshanam shuk. Of course, here we see the jalam dashwante shuk yasya iti vigraha. So when you see yasya, you can know it's a bahuvri compound, because the pradhanyam is in the anyapade pradhanyam. Anyapada pradhana bahuvri. So yasya. So tasya, this the pradhanyam is outside. That is what is being highlighted with yasya. It is one who, we're not talking about the shoka itself. So one who had momentary or temporary sorrow, temporary grief. Kshanam shuk yasyati vigraha. So this is pradipadikam is kshana shucha. Kshana shuchaha is shashti ekvachanam, qualifying tasya is pituho. So he says kshana shuchaha tasya. Again, look at the beautiful padanvaya done beautifully. You see the adjective, pronoun, and noun. Dasharathasya, always, when you have a pronoun, identify the noun. Tasya dasharathasya. And the sambandha with paritosha labha, so put the shashti, which is prior to the sambandha, which is paritosha labha. So shashti comes earlier, that is tasya. Tasya stands for dasharathasya, and he has an adjective for him. Of course, any bahuvri is an adjective because it's qualifying something outside. It's going to be an adjective. So kshana shuchaha, that is the visheshanam, shashti ekvachanam, of course. Samadhikaranam with tasya, which is savanama shabdaha, iku dasharathasya, then sambandha with paritosha labha, santosha praptihi. That he attained satisfaction, contentment. Now comes the iva down here. Iva. Again, you don't start a sentence with iva, comes from one word later. So now match the vibhaktis. Always please remember that. Please match the vibhaktis. Which one is in shashti in the upama is this one. So here we have tasya dasharathasya in the upameya. In the upama we have kakshagni langitataroho. So that's going to be matched. So that is going to be compared with, so Dasharatha is being compared to this tree, taruho. In English, the same thing, taru is tree in English also, which has been langita. Langa is to cross. Pangum langayate girim, right? Gita dhyanam. Pangum langayate girim. So lagi dhatu lagi. So langita, one which has been crossed by this forest fires. So he was like a tree which had been crossed with, like basically assailed, attacked by a forest fire. So this is Shashti Ekvachanam. Connect that with Tasya. So always keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. Of course, many times it will be obvious, but match the vibhakti. Match it on both sides. Otherwise, you'll be confused. What's being compared to what? Sometimes you might have 3-4 items. Tritiya you may have Shashti hanging around, you may have Pratama, Dvitiya. So always, when in Upama, first thing you want to do is say this is vibhakti, match it with this vibhakti on the upameya side, okay? Very simple, very good habit. So kakshagni langita taroho is with tasya dasharathasya vrishtipata prathama ekvachanam paritosha labha. And then, of course, this abhavat, so this verb will connect on both sides, okay? So let's see the commentary on that. Kakshagnina, no commentary on this. We have a big compound here. Kakshagni langita taroho. I think you put the document here. Kakshasya agnihi kakshagni. This is a forest. Kaksha has several different meanings. I think Malinatha gives those meanings. It says kakshagina dava analena anilena. So anila, sorry, davanalena davanalaha. Anila means wind. Anila means fire. Davanalena. So now, why is he commenting on that? Because he explains. Kakshaha, it is in these meanings. Shushka kanana virudhayo virudhoho. Virud means like a creeper, lata, some kind of creepers. So, but it says kakshaha comes in these. This is saptami dvivachanam. Means in these two meanings. So, etayoho arthayoho. Kaksha shabdaha prayujyate. This Vishwa is a Shabda Kosha. Just like Amar Kosha, Vishwa is Amar, it's like a Shabda Kosha. Vishwa is a famous one. Says Kaksha comes in these two meanings. Shushka Kanana. Of course, Karmadhara compound, straightforward, means a dry forest, a dry forest land, and Virud or a creeper. In these two meanings comes. So he's clarifying that Dava is this dry, is this forest, dry forest. So Kaksha here doesn't mean. Kaksha has variety of meanings. So that is why, as I mentioned too many times, the comment will always give you in which meaning of Kaksha is being used over here. If you look at Apte very briefly, we see Kaksha has many meanings. Kaksha has many meanings. Kaksha. Okay, so Kaksha means to you Kaksha over here says that Kaksha has these meanings, like a hiding place. It has the lower end of the lower garment, a creeper, which we just saw that, dry grass. It has forest of dead trees, dry wood. Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it comes, and then the armpit, it comes, the inner quarters, the interior of a forest. Anyway, so he has many meanings are possible. So definitely it will require some vyakhyanam here. So he says the davanalena. So davanala means agni is anala and kaksha. So davanala is a famous term. It's Rudi Shabda kind of. So davanala means forest fire. So he's telling you that kakshagni means davanala. So it be Vishwaha, then Langhitasya. Langhitasya is clear, is straightforward. Langa is to cross. Langita is the idagamaha and the nishtha pratyayakta is abhyatasya. What do I mean by langa means to like cross, to go over. Means abhyatasya. Again, the same sutram 6.437. Anudat padesha manasitanothyadinam anunasika lupa jalikiniti. See, all the sutras I'm giving you, all the sutras, because they will repeat themselves. I hope that someday you will have the confidence to say, okay, I know some of these rules now. In the beginning, it's all a blur. There's so many rules coming from all quarters. But slowly, you will start to grab onto some of them and make them your own. And there will come a day when you say, okay, now I got my basic structure of Ashtadhyayi in my head. I can now add. It takes some time. Might even take 2 years, 3 years, 4, even 5 years. But then for the rest of your life, you can enjoy the Ashtadhyayi, the Vyakarana Shastra, and teach it to others. Okay. So like we just saw the word, I think, Gati or Gata, we saw just right here, now we got Hatha. Same thing over here, Abhihata in the commentary. So crossed means which has been struck or attacked, assailed by this fire. Taroho. So going back to the document we have is Kakshashyagnihi. Kakshagni, there was no commentary of Malinatha, straightforward. Kakshagnina Langitaha, which has been crossed over by this. So this is Titya Tatpurushaha. He had the commentary for that, which he says Kakshagnina. He didn't give the commentary to give the Vigravaka Samasa, by the way. I mentioned to you previously, this commentary was made by Malinatha because he wanted to clarify what Kakshagni means. If this was a Spashta Shabda, there was no reason to give the Vigravaka for the Samasa. This is not really for Samasa purpose. Telling you what does Kakshagni mean in this context is what he's telling you, mainly for the word Kaksha. You want to clarify what this means. So that's why he splits that out. Then of course he has to give the Vibhakti here. So we got it so we happened to get it by lucky or chance. So Kakshagnina Titya Tatpurushaha with Langita. Of course we have seen this in the Wednesday class quite a few times now. This sutram is Kratkarane Krita Bahulam. Kratkarane Krita Bahulam Titya Tatpurushaha. We have a Krit Pratyaha, which is a Langita following that. And then says Langitasya Shakti Tatpurusha after that. So then we have Kakshagni Langitasya. So Taroho. Look at what he's done now in the window down here. By the way, is he made Samanadhikaranam with the Langitasya Taroho. You see that? Langitasya is in Samanadhikaranam with Taroho. Karmadharya compound. He's not going to tell you it's Karmadharya compound because look at the vibhakti. Langitasya Shashti Ekvachanam. Taroho Shashti Ekvachanam with Samanadhikaranam. This is clearly qualifying that. Visheshanam Visheshana Bahulam. So simple Karmadharya compound we know because of Samadhikaranam. And of course Taru has the Pradhanyam. So it's a Tatpurish Samasaha, in which Uttarpadam has Pradhanyam. It is Samadhikaranam. So by 1-242 we have the Sanya, which is Tatpurisha Samadhikarana Karmadharya. And then of course the Samas Vidhayaka Sutram has to be in 2-1-2-2. It's a very famous sutram which is Visheshanam Visheshana Bahulam. Okay, I think we'll stop. We'll just take the transition and stop with that now. Iva Abhavat is straightforward. Okay, let me bring over our Adhikrita Anuvadakara. You ready, sir?
Namaskar, Sariji.
Namaskar. Okay, we have about 2 minutes left, so let's do the transition and we'll stop with that. Okay, so after his departure, what do you want to take from here?
Tasmin Gate.
Tasmin Gate Sati. So that this is on, like this Sati Saptami on. His is Tasmin. Departure is Gate. The father, what do you want to take for that? Father?
Pita.
Pita means father. So having embraced.
Parirabhya.
Parirabhya alingya iti vyakhyanam. Rama is already here.
Ramam. Yeah.
Who was victorious?
Vijayanam.
Vijayanam. Vijaya asya astiti vijayan. Dvitya ekvachanam. Thought. This is the verb now. Which one? Take this one. Take this one here. Thought. This one. Amanyata.
Amanyata. Consider.
He considered. Amanyata. Through affection. Is
Snehat.
Snehat. We talked about the heta, the panchami had come there. That is you, I think, supply that. He was surely. What is surely?
Surely.
Eva.
Oh, Eva.
Eva. By the way, I made a mistake. This Punarjatam is not a compound. I'm sorry. I see in the Vyakhyan, I'm looking like a compound. It's not a compound. It's Putak Padam. So there's no compounding here. So I'll take that back. Punar is an Avyam. It's the Kriya Vishanam for Dhatu Jan. So born again. There's no compounding here at all. Okay? So I'm sorry. Take that back. It's not a compound here. Punar Eva Jatam. So born is, of course, this one.
Jatam.
Jatam. And again is this one now.
Punaha.
But be careful, this Punar is Rephantam Pratipadikam. If it were not, it would become Puna Eva. It It would have become Puna Eva if it's Sakarantam. Okay? Punar is Rephat. Become Punar Eva. This will not, substitution will not come over here. So this is because this is not a Sakara here. Okay? This is a Repha. Okay. To him who for a moment had to suffer grief. To him is this Shashti over here. Kshana Shucha is Shashti, to him, for him. Kshana Shuchaha. So Kshanam is for a moment, suffer grief is Shuchaha. Shucha, the gain of satisfaction, which was this one.
Paritosha labha.
Labha is the gain, straightforward. Dhatu labha. Dhatu paritoshasya labha. Became. So the became is the Abhavat.
Abhavat.
By the way, to him is this Tasya, okay? Tasya, the him is also there. So Tasya. Tasya Kshana Shuchaha. To him who had for a moment has suffered. Like a shower is this one.
Vrishti patha iva.
Iva, right? So Vrishte patha Vrishti. Patha is descent. A descent of shower. Vrishti is descent of shower. Like basically in English shower. Like is the Iva. Shower of rain, okay. So that is the Vrishti patha. To a tree, which is this one.
Taroho.
Taroho. It's part of a compound. Attacked is the
Langita. No.
Yeah, correct. Vyakhyanam is abhiyata. Abhiyata, langitam is abhiyata. Attacked. Look at it, take the commentary into account. It's a good translation. Take the commentary. This is how you have to translate it. You take the Vyakhyanam also. Attacked by the wildfire, actually basically forest fire. So
Kakshagni nila.
Kakshagni. So Kakshagna langitasya taroho iva. Now next time homework, last look of this adhyaya, atha pathi gamayitva kripta ramyopakarye katichid davanipalaha sharvarihi sharvakalpaha puram avishadayodhyam maithili darshaninam kuvalayita gavaksham lochanai rangananam. Okay, homework for next time. These are the form pathi, which is from Pathin Prajapadikam. We've done this, we've already done daily examples many times. Okay, so we take the T lopa has happened here. So find the sutram for Pathin from Saptami Ekvachanam. Pathi Saptami Ekvachanam of the Prajapadikam Pathin. So find the sutram is 7.1 for T lopa. Gamayitva, why not become Gamayitva? Because Mimitam Rasvaha. So for next time, remember the Gana Sutram, find it out from the Ghatadev Mitaha. Okay. Then Katichid, the word Kati gets the sanya of the Sankhya sanya and gets the Shat sanya and Shadbhyo look. So practice those rules for next time. Then also we are given by Malinatha is given this sutra which you can practice for next time. Is this Pratyaha Kalpa Pratyaha. So it is the Kalpa Pratyaha. So for next time homework, Ishada Samaptau. So this 5,367 means Kalpa means he is almost equal to, slightly short. So this Patya Kalpa, Sharva Kalpaha. So he was like Lord Shiva. He was almost like Lord Shiva. Patya Kalpa, the Muni Kalpaha, almost like a Muni, Rishi Kalpaha. So this Kalpaha means Ishada slightly not complete, Asamaptau. So 5,367. Also this Kuvalayataha. Kuvalaya is the lotus. Kuvalayata means one which has like lotuses on it. So Kuvalayata is Tadasya Sanjatam Tarakadibhya Itacha. So that is one we practice for next time. That is the 5,236. And also the word Gavaksha. There is a Samasanta Pratyaha which you already have done in the class, which is the Wednesday class, Samasanta Pratyaha. So try to find how Akshi became Aksha. Akshi became Aksha. So that's the shloka we'll do for next time. So let us now stop with that. So that is the, we'll look at the translation quickly. So this is Windows. Entity use Windows, but full of lotuses. Okay, so we'll do it next time. So revise the sutram for the Pathi, for Kati, and also for the Gamayitva, why did not how the Rasva became over here. Then the Pratya Kalpap, Ishada Samaptau, and the word Gavaksha you can do, and the Pratyaya Itach, Kuvalayita. Okay, so let's start with that. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramena Vihata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramastada Sosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bhora Mamamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Nama Varanana